Hello guys and welcome to the channel. 9 miles up here. I'm a real life Boeing 737 pilot flying this as my daily job. So today I thought I'd show you how to do a cold and dark in the real airplane. So basically before we start with this, it's very important to say that there's no right and wrong in doing the cold and dark procedure. It's more like company specific SOPs. And what I'm going to show you today is pretty much how we do it at my operator. So first is when we enter the cockpit, we want to sit on this cushion right here, which is missing. It's the jump seat, the second jump seat. The first jump seat is in here. So I usually like to go over here and sit right here. And when I sit right here, I'll have a general look over the cockpit and see that everything is in approximately a good position. When we've checked that, I'll switch on the battery switch. I'll make sure my electric hydraulic pumps are off. I'll go down, I'll check the landing gear lever is in the down position. I'll check the flap indicators indicating up and that the flap position is in the up indication. Check the config warning here. And after we've done that, I want to make sure that everything is still looking fine. And then we're going to throw on the AC power. Today we have ground power available, so we're going to throw that on. Arm the emergency exit lights. Test the attend button, and when we entered the aircraft, we should of course had a look on the ground in the apron in front of the nose wheel and make sure that nothing is connected to the nose wheel or that the bypass pin is installed. And if that is the case either way, we're going to switch on the hydraulics, because it doesn't matter if you can say our pilot monitoring is going to do a walk around. If we do not have the hydraulics on, he's going to be unable to check for a leak. Good. So with that on, we're gonna move down again, double check that the flap position corresponds to the indicated one. With down, we're gonna check that we get a config warning. In this case, I'm gonna set the parking brake. And then we're gonna come down to the fire panel here. We wanna do a test. First of all, we throw it to the left here, make sure we have the fault and the APU detection in up. And then we wanna go make sure that we do the test here. And make sure that we can cancel the bell here, both sides. So now I cancelled on the left side. We'll check here the squibs. And now when we do the cargo test, I'll see if I can cancel it on the right side. So forward, aft, double check we can cancel it. And we could, so that is good. Move down, make sure everything is correct here. Check that we have the 3 gear pins. And now it's time for the rainbow check. The rainbow check is where we make sure that the emergency gear extension door is closed. And it's very important actually that this one is closed, because if it's not closed, we're going to be unable to retract the gear. We will still be able to extend it, but in our case we're still on the ground, so yeah. A lot of talking for basically nothing. Make sure it's closed. Make sure that all the circuit breakers here on the right side is closed. Make sure the emergency open this door and make sure that the rope is attached to the aircraft frame. And then we move over here and we want to put the voice recorder switch on. We want to move up, put the flight recorder switch on, make sure the light goes out, throw down the guard again. Do a quick airspeed test for both sides, and then we want to hold down the stall warning test, and we should get just a subtle shake of either way, either yoke here. Right now it's not doing anything. That's because in the real 737, the stall management, yaw damper computers, SMYDs, take approximately 4 minutes to boot up. And that is what PMDG has tried to simulate here. But in the real airplane, we will still be able to get a small shake out of the test buttons here, even though the SMYDs are not fully booted. Good. Then we want to make sure that the E-legs are guarded and in the normal on position. We want to make sure we have above 11%, correction, 11 units here of oxygen pressure. Make sure the passenger oxygen is normal. We want to start the alignment here of the IRSs. I usually turn up the brightness a little bit on the display to make sure we have it, and then we can do a quick test of leading edge devices. Now we move our way back down here, nothing to turn on here. And then we can move to the left and make sure all of the circuit breakers are in the correct position. Make sure the captain's strap is also strapped in. We do the crash axe test, that it's here as well. And then finally in the real aircraft we have a hand mic connected right here for PAs. We want to just blow in it just to make sure that we have all of the speakers working in the cabin, and we're able to communicate with the cabin through the microphone. Lastly, but not least, there is in a document folder right here in the real airplane, which has all the noise certificates, radio certificates, airworthiness certificates, all of these, and we would take that out real quickly and just scroll through it and make sure we have all the required documentation on board. Then we'll jump into our seat here, and that is pretty much the cold and dark setup for you guys. So in the next video we're going to be walking through the FMC setup, and after the FMC setup we're going to show you the rest of the setup of the airplane. So I hope you enjoyed this one. This is how you get it started at least, and then we're going to show you the rest of the setup in an upcoming video. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.